Because ultimately people do buy people. Nothing really demonstrates that more than Elon Musk. Love him or hate him. You know, people invest in him because of who his brand is. And social selling is all about that side of things. If you want to check out your own social selling score, go to linkedin.com/sales/SSI. Those who've got laptops or phones, go to the web browser. Doesn't work on the app, only works on the web browser. And see who has the #1 social selling score. linkedin.com/sales/SSI. What have you got, Colin?
Not yet.
Who's got one? So linkedin.com/sales/SSI. So it should look like this. Should give you a score. No one shout out what they got? You're smiling. What have you got? Huh? 21. 51, that's not bad.
21.
Got 34, that's okay. So you'll see it tells you where you've got to improve. So you see you massively got to improve your build relationships. You got 68. There we go. Well, in that case, you should be higher than 68. 68. Has anyone beaten 68? What you got? 25, 26. That's terrible. What you got? 24. What you got? What you got? 56. Anyone beat 68? Anyone beat 68? 69. Woo! Yeah, you've got no excuse. You're at 69. Anyone beat 68? What have we got up here? What have you got? You're smiling. What's yours?
I've just switched on.
40. So you can see how you have to increase your build your relationships. What have you got? 22. It's terrible. 22. 42. That's still terrible. So it should look like this. And the great thing about it is it gives you 4 different elements to actually focus on. So you can actually look at this and look at how you establish your professional brand, how you find the right people, engage with insights, build relationships. And if you hover over each one, it'll actually give you a slide share deck as to how to improve. So obviously I get perfect score about everything apart from engage with insights, so I need to improve my engage with insights. I only know one person who's got a higher score than me in the world, which is an American lady who got 99, but the pressure of keeping it 99 was so much that she went into rehab. I kid you not. I kid you not, a typical American. Oh, the pressure, the pressure. And she went off LinkedIn for a year. She closed down her LinkedIn account. Came back a year later and said, I couldn't stand the pressure of keeping up 99 SSI. Because she had the highest in the world. No one's ever got 100. I know one guy in Australia has got 96, but it's very, very hard to maintain. It's daily, and it can become quite addictive. You look at it on a daily basis. Normally it stays quite steady. You can get addicted to basically, I've got to keep my SSI up. It's like that whole TripAdvisor points thing. It's just that part of it. And then you can see here you compare in your industry. Some people in my industry are terrible at LinkedIn. 21, that's people in marketing. People in my network, as you would imagine, should be better, 48. But as long as you're above people in your network, in your industry, you're doing a good job. That's the barometer. So how do you compare in your industry? You said you would do this for a living?
No, sorry, no.
But you should look at how you compare in your industry. There, linkedin.com/sales/SSI. No. It needs to be in the web browser though. It doesn't work on LinkedIn app, it only works in the web browser. What's yours? You don't know? No, I don't know. No idea. 6. So it's really, really good because then you can focus on different aspects of it. And then you can, so now you can tell who's active on LinkedIn by the little green dot. So if you've got a green dot, it means you're active. If you've got basically a green dot in the middle, it means you were active. So now it says whether you're active now or you were active. Now both these things are good because if you reach out to get an interview with someone, get a coffee with someone, you want to make sure that someone's active. Never been on LinkedIn or haven't been on LinkedIn for weeks, so it's no good to you. And there are basically 12 different ways of communicating on Sales Navigator. So you can use a script, so we use scripts all the time. We have a script for in-mails. We have a script for, say, visiting different countries like Hong Kong or Sydney. But I quite like the association that this lady used, for example. Greetings from a fellow NTU alumni. So again, you could use that, greetings from a fellow NUS alumni. And you can see that person from that person's profile. We'll do a search, presumably just on NUS. Well, this person here, he mentioned a mutual client. So it's very good for actually saying, oh, we both have this person connected in common. And then obviously the headline matters. Challenge people. We often say, are you winning business on LinkedIn? Would you like to? How can we help you? Then you look at who viewed your profile. Then you can reach out to those people saying, thanks for viewing my profile. Can I have a coffee with you to discuss my career? Or how can I help you? Great for looking at your future career. And then you can say, you have a script ready for it. So you basically copy and paste it, look at it on a daily basis, and send it. And then invites should be the same thing. Don't just basically look at invites as being one piece of information or content. Look at it from the point of view of reaching out and setting up a coffee or talking about your career, about what you can add to someone's company. So use it in that way, then people can reply, even if they're not connected to you. And then obviously people who invite you, you should reach out to them. So thank you for the invitation. Please let me know how I can help you. Are you looking to hire? Use it as a sales opportunity. Use it as a career opportunity. Use it as a way that you can actually market to them. You're about you and your career. And then ask people to follow you. And then obviously first connections you can message directly. So that's why you need to build up your first connections. And then in-mail on LinkedIn, you can use on linkedin.com. On your second connections, you see the three little dots. You can send an in-mail. In-mail are premium. You have to pay for them. You get a month free, so you can use it and test it, but it's very good for reaching out to people you don't know. If you want a job with someone who's basically not connected to, you need to reach out to people you don't know. So think about using in-mails as an investment in your future, just like studying here as an investment in your future. Third connections, you'll see in-mails come up, and then basically people can allow open profile messages or in-mails. So basically, because they allowed it, they can't complain when you message, because they can switch it off, as you can see here. See, I switch off sponsored in-mail, because it's just basically spam for people who paid LinkedIn. Once I switch on open profiles and in-mails, I allow other people to message me, but not to do sponsored in-mails. Introductions are very good as well. So it's very, very good for people to basically ask for a recommendation or ask for an introduction. So she's saying, I'm connected with Candice. So she said, can you introduce me to Candice? So I introduced her to Candice. She even gave me the copy. So if you're connected to somebody who you want to be introduced to, ask them to be introduced. So if you say that I'm connected to somebody, say, hi Chris, I met you at the NUS presentation. Please can you introduce me to X, Y, or Z? And I'll do it, as I did with her. And she got a job at Sephora because I introduced her. So if you bother to research and to reach out and have a script, it does work. As long as that person knows that person, it works. So I know Candice, so I was quite happy to introduce that person to Candice. Group messages also work. You can do group messages for free. And then you can basically see people read the message. You can congratulate people, so we use this very effectively. So it comes up and says, congratulations, so you might want to think about this for a script. And then personalize it, so we use this. I trust that you're well, congratulations, please let me know if I can help with your personal branding. So you might want to have a script that says, congratulations on your new job, are you hiring? Or can we have a coffee to discuss my career? Or how I can help you. So think about a script that you can use on a continuous basis to create that kind of engagement, to get that kind of cut through. So it does work. You're in the mobile, for example. But again, don't just say congrats, congrats, congrats. Have a script. Personalize it. You can also change jobs. Slightly of a cheat, but we change jobs occasionally. This is where you switch this to yes, you do want to update your connections on your new job. And that's very effective because that gets into your entire feed, your entire connections. And then you end up with like 1,000 people saying congratulations on your new job. So it does work. Then Sales Navigator is really the key to social selling on LinkedIn. And you can use it to find people to employ you. And you can use it to basically get a career. Because you can find the right kind of person. Sales Navigator is this little button over here, under work. And then it pops up, and this is the profile here. So it's a different platform, but obviously on LinkedIn, connected to all the data on LinkedIn. And you can use searches to find the right people. So if you want a job in KL or Jakarta or Bangkok or Hong Kong, you can find people there. If you want it in Singapore, you can find people there, here. And then you can find out people, what kind of companies. If you have a wish list of companies you want to work for, you can find them on Sales Navigator. You can even combine that with alumni at NUS. So you can use Sales Navigator to really mine the data, because all the data you put on LinkedIn, you can use for your benefit. So think about that. That's the USP it has over all the other social media platforms. You can say NUS alumni, wish list company, CEO, CHRO, whatever company, whatever part you want to work for, and then find them on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. And then even do target lists. So we have saved target lists, for example. Because you can really go through that. As you can see here, you can even do industry, target list, because we're doing lead generation. But same thing for career. You can create target lists to actually send out messages to people who may be looking for people to employ. So as you can see from this, we have target lists for Auckland and Shanghai and Zurich and London. This tells me I have new leads on a daily basis. Because I get a new lead, because if I connect with you, I get access to your first connections, they become my second connections. Their first connections become my third. If they happen to own a company in Shanghai, or Zurich or London, LinkedIn tell me I've got a new lead. If people move country, and they own a company in these countries, LinkedIn tell me. If they just start on LinkedIn, and they own a company in that country, LinkedIn tell me. So LinkedIn's data, it's all there for your benefit, but you have to create target lists to give you and feed you that information. And then LinkedIn tell you, you have new leads in these searches. And even then, you can go down into the data. So I can see who posted. And as you can see, of the 1.6 thousand people in this particular target list, only 276 actually posted. So that means that only 1 in 5 are posting on a regular basis. Now you really want to target people posting because it means they're active on LinkedIn. They're also premium, this little badge here. That's very effective because they're paying for the service. If they're also open profile, which is this little badge here, it means they've actually ticked a box that says, please contact me for free. And from your perspective, that's great. We can only tell those people on Sales Navigator. So you can do a free trial Sales Navigator for a month and reach out to people and then see how effective it is. And it does work. You can also see people who change jobs. Now that's good because you can write to them and say, congratulations on your new job. Are you looking to hire a new team? Look at my credentials. Look what I can do for you. Can we have a coffee? So you can use the fact that often people go into new organizations, start a new job, and actually get rid of their old team and start a new team. Think about how you can do that and how you can benefit. But LinkedIn gives you that data. Also tells me if they're in the news. People in the news, you can find out why, and then reach out to them and personalize your message to them. And you also see who's got shared experience, i.e. part of the same group. And you can save people as leads. So I can save her as a lead, for example. That means I get to see if she changes a job. So if you have a wish list of companies you want to work for, you can actually target and save all the HR directors or CHROs or CEOs of those companies, and you can see if they are actually posting on LinkedIn or if they're in the news. Then you can write to them, because they don't know you've saved them as a lead. If I say this, for example, if I liked or commented on Mark's post, Mark gets notification saying Chris has liked or commented on my post. And by using my headline to remind him we do LinkedIn marketing, next time Mark needs someone to do their LinkedIn marketing, he's going to think about me. In the same way that if you have a headline about you're looking for opportunities in X industry and you like it, you remind that person of who you are. So next time they're looking for someone to fill a role, they'll think about you. So you can use Sales Navigator very effectively for that, for saving people you want to work for. And even looking at the companies you want to work for too. And as you've seen before, it mentions in the post. So if you keep on tagging people you want to work for, they keep getting notifications saying you've liked, commented, or shared about them, which is very, very powerful. And then you even get emails from people who are actually in it. So you're able to keep up to date with people in your leads. And then if one of your leads view your profile, you get notifications. So I can see that Andrew, who's marketing director at Microsoft, and I have him saved as a lead, viewed my profile. So you can see your SEO is then working, because they become interested in what you do. You can of course then follow that up and say, thanks for viewing my profile, how can I help you? And that's classic social selling, because you've got them to come to you, and then you follow up. It's not hard sell, it's soft sell. And then you use the point drive. So open profiles are brilliant, because it means you can target someone you're not connected to, and you don't need to spend an email on, which is very, very powerful. And it's this little button here, it says open profile. So to give you an example, Eduardo is the second richest man in Singapore. He's open profile. Don't do it all at the same time, but you can message Eduardo saying, Chris said I should message you because you might be employing someone. Or Chris said you might invest in my app, because you can message him for free. He's only worth $9 billion, so you might have a spare couple of dollars going, but he's open profile because he's got this little badge here. Whereas Darius is not open profile, so you have to send him an email. If you don't have any emails left, and you already try to connect with him once, you can't message him. Unless you can find someone to introduce you. Because you can only ask someone to connect with you once. So who are you going to choose? The billionaire Eduardo, who's open profile, or the not billionaire Darius, who you need an email for? Make it easy for people to contact you. You know, get Sales Navigator and change your setting to open profile. That means an employer can actually contact you for free. Therefore, increases your career opportunities, increases your career chances. The new LinkedIn looks like this, the open profile now looks like that. So LinkedIn change their formats all the time. And then you can tag people as well. So if you want to really, really work for somebody, you have a list of people and you can tag them. So the tagging on LinkedIn is on add a tag. So you can see here, different kind of tags. Then when it comes to mailing people, you can actually do a search based on your tag. So you might have CEOs of pharmaceuticals I met at a pharmaceutical event. And then you can follow up with a script based on the tag and the data. And then you can see on the tag list here, in the search. So Sales Navigator is absolutely fantastic when it comes to social selling, keeping track of people, reaching out to people, using the data, seeing who's active. So it's great for finding a job, great for finding someone who might employ you, as well as finding someone who might invest in you or become a client. So you can really use the data more than you can on the main LinkedIn platform. And then you can track as well. So basically you can see from this, everyone is viewed apart from this person here. So the idea is you don't message someone twice. So if you're looking for a job with someone, you don't spam them. So you can actually exclude viewed leads, which means the list you come up with hasn't been messaged before or viewed before by you. So you can actually use this very effectively. So you can make sure you're targeting people who haven't been contacted by you before. You can also exclude contacted leads, i.e. people you've actually sent a message to before. And you can exclude saved leads. So again, this gives you the data, so make sure your target list is very, very succinct, and make sure you haven't contacted these people before, so you're not just spamming them. So it's a very, very effective way of social selling. It makes your communications, your time much more effective too. And then you can see messages on people's profiles. So the old LinkedIn, and then the new LinkedIn has this, activity. So you can actually see in someone's profile whether you messaged that person before on Sales Navigator. So it's very, very effective. So Sales Navigator, if you're in social selling, if you want to find a job, if you want an investment, it's phenomenally effective. We use it for everything. We use it for recruitment, we use it for investment, we use it for PR, we use it for clients, literally across the board. Because it's so effective, because all the data is there. And no other LinkedIn platform gives you this much data. So in summary, everyone's seen Gladiator. It's all about your reputation. Your career is based on your reputation. Remember in the film Gladiator, the evil emperor tried to kill Maximus. But he couldn't just kill Maximus, he had to ruin his reputation. Like, you all have a reputation. That's good. Everyone has a reputation on LinkedIn. You know, it's manifested itself by how you communicate. And it's a long-term investment. It's not short-term. You know, I've been doing this on LinkedIn for 10 years now, since I came to Asia. And my biggest regret is I didn't do it in the UK. So had I done it in the UK, I'd have more effective contacts in the UK. So you need to think about not just being in Singapore, but your next career, and connecting with the right kind of people who can connect you to the more people in the future. Not just a one-off hit, not just a one-off, I get a job tomorrow and stop doing it. Don't do that. Because next time you want to change jobs, and you haven't updated your LinkedIn, and you've only got a couple of hundred connections, and the wrong industry in the wrong country, you have to start again. And also when it comes to social selling is building relationships. If you ask me for a job and you spent 2 years actually talking to me on LinkedIn, I'm much more likely to help you and introduce you or give you a job than if you just out of the blue said, can you give me a job or can you help me? Because there's no relationship being built. So build relationships on LinkedIn. Spend the time, half an hour a day. Give up some Facebook time, give up some Instagram time, give up some YouTube time. Invest it in your career and it'll pay off, even if it's just on the app. Just connect with people with a personalized message. Engage with them, comment, like, share. Share articles from the media you're interested in. It's worth the investment. Because I went from this to this. About 6 years ago, I wrote a blog about taxi drivers in Singapore and I got fired. I got fired from my job. So I lost my job and I was on the front page of this lovely newspaper called The New Paper. Which everyone knows is a lovely paper. So I had to rebuild my reputation. And that's why I ended up in the Business Times about 6 years later. As an example about what to do. About how you can use LinkedIn to build your brand and your company. So everyone's got a reputation which you basically have to use. Literally, at that time, if you Googled me, nothing else came up but the abuse I got for writing this blog. So I had to do so much work to get rid of that on my LinkedIn, on my Google, and actually use my LinkedIn. And that's why it's amazing we've got 650, 700 recommendations. We've rebuilt. And ultimately, your reputation is what's going to basically get you a great career. Or will get people to invest in you, whether it's in this country or abroad. Your reputation is very much online. It's on LinkedIn, it's on Google. And it's up to you. You're in charge of your own brand. And that's why we created Black Marketing. Because it takes a lot of effort to actually do this on a regular basis. So if you ever come to a position where you need to basically drive your team or enhance your CEO's personal brand, do think about us. Because we do that for a living. We have a very culturally diverse team to do it for you. As you can see, some of which are in the office today, come today. Very diverse. Very diverse. What are you talking about? I'm just making up for the fact that every other marketing company in Singapore is male dominated, you see, so yeah. So if you do like this talk, please do send me a recommendation as well. You'll get a request from my team afterwards anyway, but it'd be fantastic if you could recommend me. I'll happily recommend you back, and I'll happily introduce you to people I know in my connections as well. And like I said before, if you have any questions you don't want to ask in front of the audience, absolutely fine. Write to me, either my team or me, or we'll actually respond and help you if you've got a question about your profile, about what to do, about what not to do on LinkedIn. But thank you very much for listening.